All right, 6 minutes after 11 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in. If you ever drive through a neighborhood where the homes look like they are probably unaffordable for you, you'd probably say to whoever you're driving with or to yourself, what do these people do for a living?
Yeah.
What do they do? What do these people do? How is it possible that this many people have this much money? We live in probably the richest country in the world. I don't know if that's an accurate statement, but it's got to be close, if not accurate. And that means there's a lot of opportunities here, and you hear about them all the time. So when I tell you the title of this book, I want you to listen, because I don't want you to think it's kind of like saying free beer.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. This is for real. I was looking at some of the information that we were provided with, and I am intrigued. It's written by Rebecca Whitman. And she's on the phone. It's called How to Make a Six-Figure Income Working Part-Time. And what I read about it, I like the approach that you don't need money to have a great life. You need a great life to have money. It's the other way. It's the exact opposite of what you think. Rebecca is a transformational public speaker, a record-setting top producer in all commission sales. She studies metaphysics, whatever that is. We're going to find out. She's an actress in the Screen Actors Guild, Robin.
Yeah.
Kind of right up your alley. She has appeared in numerous TV shows, plays, and films. She works for the Playground A. The Playground, a young actors conservator. Okay, I see it. Okay. Rebecca, it's an honor to have you on our show. Good morning.
Good morning, Larry. It's an honor to be here.
Yeah, the title is very, very attractive. You want to see what that says, but we're also cautious as the society. And when you look a little deeper, I can see that you've really got something of substance to share with us.
I do. Like you said, people think that if I get the money or the vacation or the car or the relationship, then I'll be happy. And I call that if only thinking. But in the book, I divide life into 7 areas. And once you get those 7 areas in balance, then the money comes in.
And why? Why does getting 7 areas in balance suddenly change your income? What happens?
Well, because if you're not healthy, you're not going to have the energy to manifest money. And if you already have money and you're not healthy, what good is it really if you're just sitting at home, as an invalid? If you have a negative relationship where your partner is always sabotaging your success and causing a lot of drama, it's going to be hard to make money. Social life, you're usually within 10% of the income of all your friends. If all your friends are in poverty thinking and always complaining, then you're probably not going to manifest money. And all these areas are connected.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you have a lot of money, you better have a big dog.
Yeah, I think your dog is amazing.
Sorry. I'm so sorry. Hear him.
No, I don't. No, don't apologize.
We love dogs. We love the ambiance.
Florida,
All right,
I love Florida, and so does he.
So where are you? Where are you calling from?
I'm in Los Angeles.
Oh, in LA. Okay. Well, thank you for calling in. Well, you need a 6-figure income to live in LA, don't you?
You do. You need a 6-figure income in big cities like LA and New York just to have like a normal life.
So the first question most people will ask is, what would I do? Like, what kind of work would I be doing that would generate a 6-figure income?
Well, obviously, if you have a regular job where your time equals your money and there's a limited amount of time in the week, then that is not going to help you make 6 figures. So what I tell people is find their side hustle, whether that might be a franchise, a network marketing business, an online business. As you were saying when you introduced this call, there's so many different ways in this country and so many opportunities to make money, but it's kind of overwhelming if you don't know where to start. So I tell people to ask themselves 3 questions. What am I good at? What makes me mad? And what brings me joy? So if you ask yourself those 3 questions, you're going to find something that you can get excited and passionate about.
Oh yeah, I think you're telling the truth there. We are. I wanted to use a TV show title just to make a point. The TV show title is Straight. What's a Queer Eye for the Straight Guy?
Yes.
I said to Robin the other day, we need a show called Young Eye for the Old Guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because so many things are done differently these days. Are you, like, for example, Robin's son and daughter-in-law earn money. Well, he actually works in Manhattan, but she actually can earn a living on her computer.
At home.
Whatever she does, I don't know, at home. Yeah. And so I would like, as an old guy, to be taught by the young guy how to do that. What do you do? How do you do that on the computer? Is that part of what the book shares?
I mean, the book isn't really a business plan. It's sort of how to make the money. It's more giving you tips, tools, and strategies to be at your maximum capacity in all these 7 areas, which are spiritual, physical, fitness, emotional, romantic, mental, social, and finally financial. But finding your own project is really up to you, because there's so many. And like the person you're telling me about, there's so many ways to make money from your home, working part-time. We're old school. We were taught to work 9 to 5, get a good job. If we're really good, we'll retire after 40 years with a gold watch and a pension plan. And if our coworkers love us, they might throw us a retirement party, and that's it. So, and I'm saying there's a lot more to life than that.
Sometimes people will give up too soon and they'll just settle for something. How do you give them the energy to keep going and moving forward?
They settle in all these areas. You know, they settle at a certain level of not working out, or being in an unhealthy relationship, or not liking their friends, or not having friends. And of course they settle in their finances. So the book is giving you motivation to strive to be your best self in all these areas. So if somebody's settling, they're just inherently not happy, and they have to have a motivation to change. People are either usually motivated to change because they're in pain, and the situation, the job, the relationship has just gotten so painful that they have to make a change, or they're inspired and pulled by a vision of what they could be. So those are the 2 ways that someone's going to change and stop settling.
Do people keep up with the Joneses anymore these days, or is it just for themselves to keep up with themselves and moving up to the next level?
It's a million times worse keeping up with the Joneses, because everybody puts their best self on social media. So you see like everybody at their best, looking their best, feeling their best, traveling on the best vacations on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. So I think more and more people are competitive, which can be a good thing, because if you're seeing all these other people get the things in life that you want, you're like, wow, if they can do it, I can do it too.
All right, so let me give you. I'm going to create a fictional person, and I'm going to ask you to talk to that person to help he or she, develop whatever they need to increase their income. Okay, so here's the story. They get up every morning, they go to work, they get home, and it's now 6:30 at night, and they go to bed at 10:30. So they got 4 hours right there. And in my mind, you don't have to watch TV. So you got 4 hours. That can really add up to something. And they've got a passion for something. I'm going to try to make something up here so that we have something to work with. Let's say they got a passion for carpentry. They're good with wood. Okay.
Okay.
And they have an idea on an item to produce with their skills. Can you talk to how does that person take their skills and that 4 hours a day and turn that into a 6-figure income? What do they need to do?
Yeah, so 4 hours a day, 5 days a week is 20 hours, which is a lot of time. And it would be about organizing those 4 hours and actually having a schedule. Like from 6:30 to 8:30, I'm going to be actually carving the wood and physically creating my product. And then from 8:30 to 9:30, I'm going to be working on my website and doing online and tech stuff. And then in the final half hour, I'm going to be following up and making sure that I've returned everybody's emails or sending out marketing emails, telling businesses about my project. So that's all about time management and organizing those 4 hours into being productive. And I agree with you. I mean, if we take how much time we waste on Netflix and Hulu and cable and and social media, and we take that time. That's a big chunk of time, 4 hours a day to devote to a business. You can actually get a lot done.
But don't you need to have time for yourself sometimes? I mean, sometimes people look back, and when, like, I was fortunate to grow up in a really, really good family. So when I was young, I didn't have to worry about money or eating or anything like that because I had that all living at home. If a person immerses themselves in work, don't they have to allow themselves a little bit of free time?
Yes, I talk about that in the book, Robin. You have your focus days and you have your play days. So to go back to the example that Larry brought up, he could take 4 of the days and work 4 hours, and then on the 5th day, for those extra 4 hours after work, do something fun, go to dinner with friends, go see a movie, join some kind of a social group that he has something in common with the other people. So yeah, it's all about creating your schedule with focus days and play days, which is not really what we're taught, because we're taught in school the people who get straight A's and work the hardest at school are going to make the most money. And then we take that work ethic into the workforce and we're like, the people who work the hardest make the most money. But that's not really true, because we all know people that don't work that hard that are gazillionaires, like Richard Branson, for example. And we know people that are like digging ditches that are barely able to pay their bills. So it's not about working hard. It's about working smart and creating those focus days and play days for the work-life balance. That is what I'm teaching in the book.
All right. So Rebecca, just to reintroduce Rebecca, she is Rebecca Whitman, and her book is called How to Make a Six-Figure Income Working Part-Time. I want to perhaps explain the way I see it so far, and tell me if I'm right or wrong, so that the listeners have a better idea of how the book can be used by them. It sounds like it's a template. It sounds like you're not going to tell me to go sell, Herbalife or something like that.
Yeah.
You're not going to tell me to sell anything, in fact. But instead, you're going to tell me to take what I already have and I guess superimpose it over what you have laid out in the book to make what I have work for me. Does that sound fair? Is that right?
Yes, it's exactly true. And if you don't have the side business to figure out something that you can get excited and passionate about that you can do on the side where you can make 6 figures. But yeah, it's not a business template. It's more about a mindset, a success mindset.
Yeah, I like that. And that's really necessary, I think. What you said in the very, very beginning about the woe is me guy or gal who just blames the world for everything. You are absolutely right. I see this all the time. I call them the yeah buts. Because when they say, I can't do anything, because, and say, well, you know what you could do? You could go down to whatever. Yeah, but there's always a yeah, but, right? But
exactly.
You're never going to be anything if you're a yeah, but. It's just not going to happen.
I mean, in the book, I talk about there's only 2 things in life. There's either results or excuses. And we can always make excuses. I'm too tired. I'm too old. I've already missed the Bitcoin phase or whatever it is.
No, I think you're right. I think we can do anything. I like the pep talk part of what we're doing right now. The fact that you're giving us all a little wake up call, like, yes, you can do it. Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, you can.
How do you keep? How do you have others become a cheerleader for you? Because you have to be your own cheerleader. But then there's always somebody out there that wants to be a cheerleader for you.
You have to be of service to them. So if you're all about I, me, that's not going to inspire anyone to cheer you on. But if you're in partnership and giving back, and it's all about, helping each other and lifting each other up. I believe there's no such thing as neutral energy. Every word, every conversation, every relationship is either enhancing your life or it's draining your life. So it's all about being that person who's uplifting other people and then having other people in your community that are uplifting you as well, and walking away from toxic people that are draining your energy. And that takes a lot of discipline as well.
Oh, there you go. How is one person's spirituality the same as another person's?
No, I mean, everyone has their own unique spirituality. So it's not about religion. It's about just connecting with something greater than yourself. It could be the force that's, bringing the tide in and out every day. It could be the planets. It could be your dog. It could be anything. Who's making your nails grow at night? So just to have something to have faith in, that you're not, the center of the universe.
I love that.
Talk a little bit about something that is along the spiritual end of things. It's affirmations. I hear this a lot, especially with the people who reference the secret and that kind of thing. Mm-hmm. Tell me about affirmations.
Sure. So our mind sends an advertisement out into the world, and you want to be careful with what you put out there. We're so careful with what we eat and meticulous and following all these diets. But then we say the most negative things and think the most negative things, and we have no discipline. What differentiates us from animals is we can choose our own thoughts and our own words. So the affirmations are really important because you're retraining your mind to let go of those negative beliefs into positive beliefs. For example, I have my book out, and at the end of each chapter, I have 3 affirmations. So my affirmations on health are, I am experiencing radiant health. I have more than enough energy to exercise daily. I am able to get stronger and better every time I move my body.
I think that's exactly right. We need to be doing those things. I wanted to tell you, if you don't already know, that you are getting really good reviews on Amazon. For the listeners, I found the book on Amazon. It's a 5-star reviewed book, How to Make a 6-Figure Income Working Part-Time. Can I ask a personal question?
Yeah.
What do you actually do besides selling books that earns you money?
Well, in the intro you mentioned I work at the Playground, a young actors conservatory. So I work with children and I help place them in acting classes in Los Angeles. I work for an on-camera acting school.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome! And you started that business yourself?
I did not. I work in all commission sales, and I explain in the introduction of the book that you either have to be in your own business or in all commission sales to be able to work a 6-figure income working part-time. Yeah.
And that's really true. Yes. And by the way, we have some sales positions here at WOCA.
Yes.
And it's commissioned. And I would love to see somebody come in here and take advantage of what we have here and apply some of Rebecca's philosophies to what you're doing here. It would be awesome.
Yeah, absolutely.
Sometimes people feel like, well, they'll be all gung-ho with the project and then they'll just go ahead and they won't see results as fast as they want to be. How do you instruct them to use the word patience and time?
That is a great question. We're all so impatient and so spoiled. I mean, I love Amazon. I'm so grateful that my book was released during the Amazon area, because you press 2 buttons and my book will be on the way, or any other product under the sun. We want instant gratification, instant everything. And in success, the joy is in the journey. You can't expect it to happen overnight. It's not like, if it's a get rich quick scheme, then I would be skeptical. But what I'm talking about in the book is that success is a journey, not a destination. And just to enjoy the journey, there's learning and there's people along the way, and there's great joy in just having a goal and taking the path to getting there. That's where you're going to learn the most, not achieving the goal. Why do we want anything? Because we think if I get that goal, I'll be happy. But there's so much that you gain in the process.
You are an extremely good mentor. Have you had any mentors personally that you admire for yourself?
Wow, that is such a great question. I really admire Marianne Williamson. She is a New York Times bestselling author, and I listen to her live stream all the time. I love Michael Bernard Beckwith. He was featured in The Secret. I love Wayne Dyer. May he rest in peace, but he has such an amazing library of work. And I love Abraham Hicks, who is also a best-selling author. So those are some of the teachers that I've really gotten a lot from.
Is Abraham Hicks the multi-person person? Is that?
I think so.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's amazing.
I have a quick story to tell you. I actually lived in LA for a while. In fact, I'm looking at your upcoming appearances, and you're going to be like around the corner from where I used to live in Santa Monica.
Oh, great.
On September 16th, you're going to be at a groundbreaking seminar in the Hall Center on Wilshire.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes, and if anybody from Florida wants to come, you're more than welcome to attend. It's not just for LA people.
I lived right around the corner from Zookie's, so if you know where that is, Zookie's. It's not a restaurant, I don't think, but anyway. So I worked for a music company back then. This is a long time ago, and the guy I worked with worked 4 days a week at the publishing house or the producer's office, and then on Fridays he took his day to write songs. And with and this is a guy who, with a part-time effort, made probably more than six-figure salary, I'm thinking. He's the guy who wrote the song Abraham, Martin, and John that has been covered by a million different people, it feels like. So in his efforts, it's kind of like Babe Ruth. We had a lot of strikeouts, but he had that one home run that made a whole big difference for him. So it's exactly what you're saying.
Yeah, and the majority, there's an 80-20 rule that people have written about, in depth, but it's like you're gonna miss 80% of your sales, or 80% of your songs are going to be failures. But if you can just get 20% success, then that's all you need to be successful.
Well, you have certainly given us a lot of motivation today, Rebecca. The website for Rebecca is her name, RebeccaElizabethWhitman.com. The book, How to Make a Six-Figure Income Working Part-Time, is on Amazon. And I guess the other information is on your website, right?
Yes, it is.
Well, if you're ever in Florida, come on in and say hi. We actually broadcast from the mall, so we'd love to see you.
I love the mall. I'm from Ohio. I love the mall.
Thank you, Rebecca.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
You're welcome. We'll be right back.
Hey, baby, it's rodeo time in Ocala. August 31st, September the 1st, 7:30 nightly. The superstars of professional rodeo return to the Southeastern Livestock Pavilion. The 36th annual Ocala Shrine Pro Rodeo brings you the best of man, muscle, and a stampede of horsepower. For tickets and information, call 352-402-8808 or check us out at OcalaShrineRodeo.com. Ocala, get ready to ride.
Hi, I'm Anthony with Finishing Touch Floors. Are you considering covering your old wood floors? Forget about it. Let Finishing Touch Floors restore your old wood floors. We offer sanding, refinishing, installation, and custom colored stains. With over 35 years experience, you need to call 321-396-2657. Let us put the finishing touch on your wood floors. For your free estimate, call 321-396-2657. That's 321-396-2657.
Leadership, experience, and proven results. Vote for Angie Boynton for the Marion County School Board District 4. Education is the password for the future. The board must be trustworthy, responsible judgment, and be informed on the budget, policies, and school safety environment. Together, we can return harmony in our county school educational needs for all children. Remember, vote August 28th for Angie Boynton for the Marion County School Board District 4.
This has been a paid political announcement by Angie Boynton for School Board District 4.
Fox News Radio. I'm Lillian Wu. President Trump taking a swipe at his former attorney Michael Cohen on Twitter, saying he doesn't recommend his legal services, also suggesting he made up stories to get a deal. This a day after Cohen pled guilty to tax evasion and unlawful campaign contributions, saying at the direction of then candidate Trump,
he paid $130,000 to Stephanie Clifford, better known by her porn name, Stormy Daniels, because she was ready to go public with a claimed affair with Mr. Trump that she said happened a decade earlier. And Cohen arranged to reimburse a tabloid for burying a story about former Playboy model Karen McDougal, who also claimed an affair with Mr. Trump.
Fox's Rick Leventhal. And after last night's primaries, some crowded races expected in November, such as
the Alaska primary sets the stage for a three-way governor's race, now between Republican Mike Dunleavy, incumbent governor, independent Bill Walker, and Democrat Mark Begich.
Fox's Jeff Manasso, Fox News. We report, you decide.
It's been called shell shock, war neurosis, and battle fatigue. Today, we call it post-traumatic stress disorder, and it affects 1 out of every 5 warriors returning from battle in Iraq and Afghanistan. The Wounded Warrior Project offers comfort and support for warriors with PTSD and all other scars of war, whether those scars are visible or hidden. Find out how to help, because for warriors, the greatest casualty is being forgotten. Please visit woundedwarriorproject.org.
When it comes to maintaining our vehicles, we all know to change the oil. But did you know cleaning the fuel system is just as important? Even high-quality fuel can leave behind carbon deposits, robbing your engine of power and fuel economy. Gum Out has a solution. Regain Complete Fuel System Cleaner. Regain contains polyetheramine, a nitrogen-based detergent that safely removes deposits to help restore engine performance.